What's going on, you guys? Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel if you've been before, and this is Travion TV.
This very moment I bring, put in on everything that I will retire with the ring.
Now, before we get this video started, y'all make sure y'all go ahead and like the video, like for the look, like for the hair, like for all of that. Yes. Girl, I recorded the video for last week, like I told y'all, for Baddies Africa, but it was corrupted, and I was just contemplating on whether I was going to do it again. Girl, here we are. I'm skipping it. So, this episode starts off how the last episode ended, with Summer running up on K. Rican. Now, y'all know it was like, last episode was like the episode of the trios. Natalie wanted to sit down and figure out what happened with all the girls. Honey, they alleged that K. Rican them jumped LCK, but I don't know. It seemed like LCK might be a liar. I don't know, girl. I don't know. Bitch, we just found out that Fauna used to be a cop. Like, girl, keep that in the back of your head. Girl, I just found that out right now. This episode starts off with Summer running up on K. Rican. Now, Summer, she beat the hell out of K. Rican ass. Like, she was turned around. She ducking. I'm like, oh my goodness. Even Ivory was just like, even Ivory was laughing because, girl, what is you doing? What is you doing? So then Fauna, she ready to square it up with Lex. She like, come on. Come on, ho. Now, before Lex and Fauna can even fight, Dolly jump in. But, baby, Fauna was ready for her ass. Because Fauna switched trajectories from Lex right to Dolly ass. And she was just making her all on her shit. And then Cold Killer also jumped in. And she got a good lick on Dolly, too, baby. Ever since Jazz said Dolly got that Vegeta hairline, I can't get over it. Vegeta, Mississippi. She said she got a Mississippi hairline, baby. She was going in on her. She just looking crazy with her Mississippi hairline pushed back like that. And I'm like, girl, you do hair. Why you ain't got no edges? We hated that for you, Dolly. So after all the fighting, Scotty is telling Cold Killer, like, we really wanted to get to know y'all. And I like that because they need somebody to give them a chance. It just seemed like they just been fighting. Well, it don't even seem like. They just been fighting from the time the cameras turned on, baby. So Cold Killer, she look out of it. I feel bad for her the most because I feel like she can fight the least. She been getting beat up the most, in my opinion. So I feel bad for Cold Killer, K. Rican, Fauna, all of them. I like them. I do see why they are the standouts of this season. And then considering Summer finna be gone, and then we don't have Anna, like we don't have a lot of the OGs. This season is, I don't know, it just don't seem like baddies. That's what they saying. That's a lot of people saying it don't seem like baddies, but yeah. So Dolly, she sneaks K. Rican. So obviously she beats her up because the girl can't fight, like I said. So then somebody threw noodles all over the floor, and I'm just like, what kind of noodles was those even? They showed us the cup, and I'm like, okay, them African noodles. Girl, that's random. But they had them threw the noodles all over the floor like that. And I'm like, do I want some noodles? No, I don't. So the girls are outside in Cape Town. They go out. Well, the girls are outside. They going to the club. So they're on their way to the club. Rolly's asking the new girls how they feel. And then later on, she's going to be like mediating the brunch. And I'm like, are they setting Rolly up to be the new CEO? Well, I was thinking that. But as we know, Rolly has quit Zeus as well currently. Again, she quit Zeus every like 6 to 8 business months, whatever. Rolly is always quitting her job, girl. They get to the club, and K. Rican, she comes separately. I don't know why she came separately. Whatever, that was random. But they get to the club, and Natalie is announcing all the old girls' names. Y'all know how she do her WWE shit. And then she say, and then we have the new girls. Now, either she was drunk or she was high, because y'all seen Scotty. She was like, so either she was drunk or she was high or she just didn't care to say their names. But either way, it was like, Natalie, that was shady, girl, because when have you not announced everybody's name 10 times? Like, Natalie, she would take that microphone, stop the music, and announce everybody's name. Like, she would take that time out, kill the whole vibe and everything. I know, I've been there. As they turning up in the club, we see Anna showing up. So this is like the 4th or 5th episode. She's been on every episode since they said she was fired, girl. And I guess that's why she knows she wasn't fired. She was still gonna be getting paid, baby. I'm sure Lemmy struck a deal with her like he did with, I'm sure, Tasiki and Biggie as well. So they wouldn't come out running their mouth, but still get some kind of residual because who was it? One of the girls said, oh, Sapphire, she said that she gave up her spot for somebody and she still got paid for the season, but she thought she was going to be coming back. Well, she didn't, but she got paid. They in the club and Dolly snatches the mic out of K. Rican's hand. That was just some hater ass shit because for what? And then you know this girl is not finna fight you in Africa. Like, what are you doing this for? She's trying to prove herself because she was broke down all last season and she She like, I'm off injured reserve now. She said it before the season. It's Dolly season. Watch what I'm finna do. Too much, girl. The most. The effing most. After they leave the club, we find out that Summer won't be there. Now, this is when we find out that she got into the altercation with security, but they tried to make it seem like she was like suspended from filming or something. But come to find out, the man didn't beat her ass. Y'all didn't say that, girl. Y'all tried to downplay that real bad, honey. But it didn't came out. I feel like Irie might be in trouble for telling all that business, girl. The next scene, we see Summer on the phone with Natalie. And she's trying to joke and play. Girl, I don't know why Scotty always trying to get cool with Natalie. And she seemed like she could care less to be her friend. That is just so crazy to me. But Natalie's like, no, Scotty, you threw glass. And I didn't even know Scotty threw glass, baby. She threw a whole glass bottle. She talking about she was trying to get them feet, baby. You better try to do something. So then we see Elsie, Russian, and Tavi. They talking about Rican and Dolly, like how she snatched the mic. And they was like, girl, if it was me, it would have been up with me. It would have been up with me. Girl, in Africa, then y'all would have been stupid too. So Tavi say it gave jealousy to her. Now, Tavi is just now starting to express how she feel about Dolly. But it seemed like every time she in Dolly's face, she's like trying to kiss her ass. Even at the end of the episode, she like, yeah, Dolly, you was so lit last night. Like, girl, if that girl don't want to be your friend, girl, fuck her. Stop trying to be her friend, honey. But they was like, they was in the club and Tavi was smoking with K-Reek and them. But then when they got back to the house, they was acting funny. And Elsie was just like, well, why is y'all even associating with them hoes? And I'm not gonna lie, I agree with her. Because y'all should just never smoke with them bitches if y'all was gonna feel some kind of way about them acting funny. They funny acting, honey. You think she fuck with you just because she wanted to hit your blunt? She just wanted to get high. Girl, if she drunk, if somebody drunk and they want to get high, baby, they gonna hit that blunt, okay? They gonna hit that blunt and hit that blunt. So then we see what they call the pretty three. They're in the movie room, baby. They in swim caps and everything. Rick can say she don't trust nobody in Africa and they just got to stick together. But she wasn't going to fight and go to jail in Africa, and I agree. Rolly come in, they asking Rolly like, did Natalie used to be cool with the girls? And it seems like Rolly was trying to like, it seems like Rolly has put the bug in Natalie's ear from what she was saying. She like, I had to tell Natalie to stop doing that. And then, girl, she gonna snake you again. So, Rolly, you did all that to get close with this lady just for her to do you like everybody else. Who are you to her? Compared to all the girls she's snaked. Who are you compared to them? Who are you compared to Jayla? Who are you compared to Scotty? Like, come on now. Who are you compared to Tanisha? Like, come on now. Natalie and Scotty, they sit down and they talk, honey. Scotty cries. I don't care. She just always simping to Natalie and wanting her to be her friend for whatever reason, girl. Let it go. Like, no one cares. And this is a short episode, y'all. And I just wanted to make sure I did get on camera and give y'all a video. So y'all do not be mad at me for this video being so short. I said I had to go ahead and like compact these notes. But this episode really didn't even have a lot in it. But anyway, we get into the last little bit of it. So it's the next day and it's time for this brunch. So they sit down to have a brunch. And if I missed something in this episode, y'all let me know. Because, honey, it really wasn't much. I had to skip over that Scotty Natalie shit. I really, really did. And they spent a long time at the club. I had to skip over a lot of this shit, girl. I ain't gonna lie, I did. They sit down to have brunch. Dolly and Lex, they get their last. But they talking about Dolly being on the tables and stuff. They's like, oh yeah, you was all on the tables. This is Tavi, like kissing her ass again. It's like every time Tavi's talking to Dolly, she like, yeah, okay, anyway. So she just kissing her ass, girl, and she like, yeah, it ain't like last season when there was a bitch on the table with me and that's why I fell. I ain't even remember her falling, girl. I just remember Tasiki falling in that clip online, and I don't even think they ever showed it, or did they? Anyway, Dolly is like, it ain't like last season when there was a bitch on the table with me and I could just do my thing. So Cold Killer, she want to start some shit knowing she can't fight. So I'm like, girl, okay, whatever. So if you get beat up, I guess you want to. Cause you really just poking for no reason right now. I'm not gonna lie. Rolly, she asked Dolly why she snatched the mic. And Dolly is like, I took it because I wanted to. And even in her confessional, she not giving us the reason. And it's just like, girl, so you just wanted to be weird. That is so weird. You're doing too much for camera time. You're doing like, I want to say more than Summer. But yeah, you're like doing more than Summer. Because at least Summer, she just wanted to swing on everybody's ass. Summer just wanted to swing on everybody's ass. And it just seemed like you just want to do any and everything to be weird at every moment. And I don't like that, girl, because I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you? But yeah, she don't give no reason. So Fauna, she like, I just feel like that's weird that Dolly and Dolly like, don't say my name again. Don't say my name again. So Fauna like, Dolly, Dolly. And then they get up, honey, and they start food fighting. That's all it really was for this episode, honey. Let's go back and look at my notes for last week. But yeah, because last week it was Cold Killer versus Summer. Summer threw Cold Killer threw that baby powder at her. And she talking about usher, and she got beat up. Like, what? Dolly, she tried to make it seem like they wasn't being funny, and they was. Dolly and Killer, they fought. Of course, Killer got beat up. Summer tried to jump in, but Pretty P stopped it because, bitch, what is you still trying to jump in for? Okay. Elsie and Lex, they came in to Fauna them room to talk, baby, or allegedly to talk, because Ivory wanted to mediate it. Elsie and Rican, they fought down, baby, it really wasn't no fighting. Lex, she just kept trying to break it up, and Fauna wasn't feeling that, so they got the fighting. Yes, they should, but Lex was kind of like fucking her up, you know what I mean? But Fauna, she was doing her shit. She jumped off the bed. She kind of ate it up a little bit, right? Round 2, she was getting beat up. Round 3, she kind of kept in there. Anna and Diamond had they sit down. We see Dolly and Ivory, they sit down to talk, honey. They squashed their beef last episode, and I was gagged to see that. But I'm like, girl, so was it just all fake? And Dolly talking about, we was the closest. You don't think I say that? You don't think I say that? Girl, no. We don't know that you say that, okay? They hugged, and I was happy to see that. They talked about Fauna and Lex, and Dolly's trying to make it seem like they wasn't being funny, but she know that they was. I like that Ivory is so grown this season. She's matured so much. They made up. I like that. So, yeah, Tavi, they all sit down with Natalie, and they say that Elsie got jumped the night before. They have the house meeting. Killer, Fauna, they all come in, and Tavi is like, why y'all jump her? They say they never jumped her. So I'm kind of believing them, because what they got to lie for? Elsie's the liar, seems like. Rican, Tavi, they both get up, because Tavi come over and they get the fighting, baby. She gets beat up real bad. Fauna and Tavi, they go around. Fauna, she stuck in there. That bitch could fight. Elsie in the background screaming, and Rolly like, girl, you gonna have to stop screaming and get in the paint. She told me I have gotten in the paint, but you gonna have to keep getting in that bitch, because it sure be. That was funny. Girl, Russian Cream and Fauna, they fight again, and Fauna kind of got her this time. Killer and Tavi, they go again, and Killer is trying to kick her. Like, she's trying to do some judo samurai kick, and she gets flopped on her back, baby. They sit down, and Rolly is trying to mediate, baby, but Russian Cream is like, no, that's not what happened. And Rolly like, you got a problem with me? Because she was trying to say they waited until K-Rican wasn't feeling good, because she hadn't already fought bitches to try to want to fight her and start the issue. Or maybe they just wanted to wait, or maybe they just wanted it to calm down, Rolly. Like, who knows, bitch? You don't know. So Natalie, she's like, are we good to go out? Are we good to go out? And then Summer say right after this. And Summer beat the hell out of K-Rican, girl. And then Fauna and Lex, they line it up, and Dolly jump in, girl. That was the recap for last episode. I did it real quick. Y'all like that? Okay, but that's all I really got for this. I'm so glad I came and gave y'all this, bitch. If y'all like this video, y'all make sure y'all give it a big thumbs up. I'm going to make sure I keep videos coming, but if y'all see the last 2 videos I did, it was like the Memoji videos. I'm going to try to do those for T videos to push them out, because sitting down in front of a camera is not always, that convenient. Especially when you be looking busted sometimes. My hair is going through a new hair. Maybe it's just the confidence, okay? I'm not always confident enough to come sit down in front of this camera, but I be wanting to give y'all content. So if I have to give it to y'all that way, this is what we gonna do, okay? Now, if y'all like this video, y'all make sure y'all give it a big thumbs up. Make sure y'all click on my next video, which will be my Baddies Gone Wild review, okay? Okay. Make sure y'all comment down below. Let me know what y'all thought about this video. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.